we got a special 10 p.m. Eastern edition of the second half draft show for you. I'm your host, Juice, joined by Drew tonight. No Headley. Drew, we're going to get into our first 3-round mock draft of the 2024 NFL draft cycle, and we're gonna do a head-to-head duel. All right, Drew will be selecting for the AFC teams. I will be at the controls for the NFC teams. Obviously, currently, right now, we got the Pac-12 championship going on. It was all Washington until that last drive before the end of the half. Oregon really has to put it together. If they can ride that momentum, they'll be right back in it. But they're within striking distance. It's been mostly Washington in the first half. Bo Nix and company, off to a bit of a slow start, but they did get that TD before the end of the half. So we'll see how that one plays out. We'll see how this mock draft plays out. All right, Drew?
Yeah, man. I was watching a little bit of that game, man. I was a little disappointed in Oregon, but like you said, the boys started slow. But hey, man, sometimes you start slow, it's how you finish, man. So
I think Washington, is keyed in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think they've gotten a little bit more healthy on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an understanding of what Oregon is trying to do in certain downs. I think the open field tackling is the difference.
Yeah, big time. You see my guy out there doing work, right? I know Rome doing work, but my guy McMillan he dropped him a touchdown pass.
In the act too. Yeah, he's getting in the act too. Yeah. He's getting in the act too. All right, man. I think with this first pick, I'm probably going to just go with my head. But after that, I'm going with my heart. We got a lot of picks to get through. We're trying to do this in a timely fashion. Right?
ain't no 4-hour streams, bro.
No, not tonight. Okay. Not tonight. I think with this first pick, I'm gonna go with my head. I'm of the mindset that the at least in my heart, let me put it that way. In my heart, I think the Bears should stick with Justin Fields, and continue to build around him. I anticipate a new coaching staff, and I think with that new coaching staff, that could include a GM. I imagine they're going to want to bring in their own quarterback, reset that clock in terms of the rookie contract. So we'll go with Caleb Williams here at the top with the Bears, and then of course with Arizona. With Arizona, it's a no-brainer, right? You barely have any receivers under contract beyond this season, and Marvin Harrison Jr., arguably the best player in this class. So Marvin Harrison Jr. is my pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this real easy. Mac Jones is not it in New England, and
he's not.
He's not it. I tried, man. I tried. I
tried too.
You know what I'm saying?
I tried too.
Just give him weapons, but some of that stuff he's doing is egregious, and it has nothing to do with weapons. Just bad decision after bad decision. And I have a feeling that the Belichick way can wear on you, and when you're not winning. It just makes it
hard.
Worse. Yeah,
it's hard.
So, and we're seeing that right now. So we're gonna go with Drake May, do the right thing, nice arm, and can get the ball out on time and not throw it to the other team when he's in a bad situation, as Mac Jones has done continuously this year.
All right. There's a lot of debate now in terms of who's going to be the first tackle off the board, whether it be Olu Fashanu or Joe Alt. And again, as I mentioned, beyond that first overall pick, I'm going to go with my heart. So I'm sticking with Olu Fashanu here. I think Braxton Jones has been serviceable, but you pair Fashanu up with Darnell Wright, and you got your bookends for at least the next 5 to 6 years. So Fashanu is the pick here, 4th overall to Chicago. And then Washington, they need to protect whomever's playing quarterback. I imagine it to be Sam Howell. Sam Howell has played well. They are struggling to protect him. Of course, you could make the argument that you go and you address that defensive line. Obviously, they moved Montez Sweat and Chase Young, but the most important position group is the offensive line. So Joe Alt is an easy selection here for me.
Makes sense.
That takes us to the Giants. It takes us to the Giants. And this is another team that I think is going to be in the market for quarterback. Depending on how strongly they feel about it, they may be trading up. In this particular mock draft, my mind goes to Malik Neighbors because, of course, the Giants also need an X. They need a stud out there. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, you don't want to just have Malik Neighbors line up on the boundary. You want to move him around the line of scrimmage or around the formation. But you got to get the quarterback situation solidified. Daniel Jones won't be back to start the beginning of the season, considering his injury. And I think that organization is ready to move on. So the question becomes, who is QB3? And for now, Michael Penix Jr. Jay Daniels making a push, but Michael Penix Jr. is my quarterback 3 right now.
All right, showcasing tonight.
That takes us to your Bucks, man. What's happening with Mike Evans, man? What's going on?
No, Mike Evans straight, bro.
But
bro, Mike Evans straight, bro. He gonna be good. He gonna get his 1,000, right? Promise, okay. Bro. It's not necessarily the players outside of Devin White.
Oh man, I was going to ask you about Devin White, man. What's going on over there, man? We could talk about that more in the second round. Let's talk about that more in the second round. I don't know what's happening there.
All right,
but yeah, I fully intend to get into that conversation as it pertains to Devin White. I'm gonna go with Brock Bowers, man. I am tempted to go with Malik Neighbors. I think you could stand to have more explosion on the boundary, but Brock Bowers he represents such an intriguing matchup problem for opposing defenses. So I'm gonna go with Bowers here.
And the word on the one of the coaches is saying that if they end up with the seventh pick overall, is Todd Bowles is out and Todd Monken in or Ben Johnson in. We know those guys use their tight ends, so that's not a bad choice there. But for the New York Football Jets, I'm gonna do the right thing, man. I could either go receiver with Neighbors here. I know Jets fans is probably screaming that's what they want.
You better get you a quarterback or protect the quarterback. You better do one of those things.
I got to do the right thing. And I'm gonna go with my guy. What you gonna do,
right,
Drew?
Like you said, Jets go screw it up. Don't screw it up, Drew.
Don't screw it up. All right,
let's screw it up.
I'll
Jake, I don't hate it, Jake. I don't hate it.
It's
intriguing for sure.
Oh, I would love if they win Jaden Daniels. I would hate to see Bowers not picked there, but Jaden Daniels, I'm fine with it. But if we go with Brock Bowers, that means we hanging in there with Baker, which I'm not.
See what happens in round 2. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Oh, so
my guy Cam Ward's going back to school. He's in the portal.
It's your guy. That's your guy.
Get that NIL ready for my guy Cam Ward.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna make this pick. These next couple picks. I love the transfer portal for this reason right here. When you talk about Lenny, is it Riley Leonard? You talk about Cam Ward. You talk about DJ Ungulate. You talk about all those guys specifically for the quarterback position where they can move from a team they know is not going in the direction that they want to go in terms of being a high pick and being able to kind of control their destiny, if you will.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So just the team they can go to just as a quarterback short of being a contender, right? So I love it. But we're gonna go JC Latham here. Let me not overthink it. Offensive tackle, got to protect Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers or Zach Wilson or whoever the hell. Whoever. Mark Sanchez, whoever's out there,
whoever's out there.
Yeah, anybody, whoever's out there. And then for the charges, we have to go defense. Juice has said this is over and over. We have to go defense. And I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna give somebody some love, man. I'm gonna give the Senior Bowl. The guy who's not going to finish after day maybe 1 at the Senior Bowl.
Shut it down.
It's Latu. Right here.
Shut it down.
I'm just right here, bro. It is what it is. Let's get us a Latu for the I almost said San Diego Chargers for the Los Angeles Chargers. I want to say it. I want to say it.
You love the Chargers in San Diego, boy. Love them in San Diego.
I feel like they're in the wrong place right now, man. You know what I mean? And then next up, I really want to go receiver for these guys. I really, really want to go receiver, but I got to do the right thing. If we're going to evaluate Will Levis properly, he does need protection, although he holds onto the ball a little too long. But I'm gonna do the right thing. He
needs weapons too.
Yeah, he needs what he do need weapons, but receiver position is deep. It's deep, and I hate to pass on. You know what? We're not gonna do it. You know what? Malik Neighbors.
Get him. Yeah, man. You better get him. Don't play those games.
Let's do the right thing.
Top 10 pick right there.
Top 10 pick. You already know what the pick is. It's Jaden Daniels for the Las Vegas Raiders, man. Yeah, let's do the right thing, man.
Easy money. All right. Shout out I Love Weed. What's going on? Bills are electric. Jake, glad to have you. Everybody else tuning in. Appreciate you. We got New Orleans on the clock here. They need a quarterback too, man. Like I don't know what they were thinking in terms of signing Derek Carr to that contract. They're locked in until like 2026, 2025 at the earliest. And he looks as bad as he's ever looked. You know what I mean? So I really don't understand the thought process there. this team has gotten old. This roster has gotten old in a hurry. I think they thought they had a particular window and they were ready to compete. And of course, the NFC South is still open. It's not a very good division, but they have gotten old very quickly. I'm gonna add a pass rusher here. I'm gonna add a pass rusher here. Cam Jordan is long in the tooth. You got Brian Brzee up front. Let's go get Jared Verse. I think Jared Verse can scream off that edge, add some physicality up front, and affect that pass on a consistent basis for New Orleans.
Terrence Ferguson out here doing work, man. Bo Nix got it to him for the touchdown pass. I like it.
Yeah, man. That TD before the half was big. That TD before the half was big. I think they really captured some momentum and figured out some things offensively. Green Bay on the clock here. We got Jake's Packers. They need to go offensive line. They really do need to go offensive line. Sure that thing up. Zach Tom is turning into a star. They could go in a couple of different directions, to be perfectly frank. But I'm going to go offensive line here. The question for me is it Amarius Mims or Talise Fuaga? I certainly understand the allure of Fuaga in terms of what he does, particularly in the run game. But I'm actually going to go a little bit different. Again, I'm drafted with my heart, not necessarily in my head. I'm going to go with Amarius Mims.
I like it.
All right. And then that puts the Rams on the clock. They can stand to improve either side of the line of scrimmage, every level of the defense. At this point, what do I want to do? You know what? I'm going to go with a stand-up. I'm going to go with a stand-up edge here. I really like the way Dallas Turner has turned it up a notch this year. Much more consistent and varied in his approach in terms of rushing the passer. I think he adds some additional physicality that the Rams need. So let's go with Dallas Turner.
I like him next to Aaron Donald, man. Leave him that one-on-one and let him do his thing, man.
And Byron Young is doing his thing out there too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's a nice addition for the Rams.
All right. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, and I know these guys might lose multiple receivers. No.
Higgins and Boyd contract set to expire.
Yeah, so I think I might have to make a move there because I don't necessarily. I like Fuaga, but
that's what I did. I did it, D-Kid. I did it. Drake, Caleb off the board. I went Penix.
I'm gonna go receiver, and they're gonna have two alphas in the room, man. They're gonna have a Dunze in the room. And a Jamar Chase in the room, and we'll figure out the offensive line thing later on in the draft because that's a good.
I guess, but I'm not mad at the Rome Dunze pick. Certainly a need there.
All right, next up we got the Buffalo Bills, and is Stephon Diggs is he gonna be there next year, man? That's what I need to know because if he's not gonna be there, I know where to go, right? Even though I could still go receiver even if he's going to be there, but I also need to shore up my cornerback room. We looking a little soft, looking a little suspect out there. Defensive line could use some work.
What up,
you know what?
Prasky?
I'm gonna be a little different, man. I'm gonna go with the number one corner. I'm gonna go with a Kool-Aid McKinstry, man.
Is he the number one corner? Are you still in that camp?
See, because he hasn't done anything to hurt himself.
Sure.
Right?
No,
it's just everybody.
I don't necessarily disagree with it. Guys are closing the gap, though. Guys
are closing the gap. I would agree with that. Yes.
All right, Kool-Aid it is. D-Kit, you like Wiggins? I'm gonna go Wiggins right here, man. I'm gonna go Wiggins right. I mean, I could double up with a Keon Coleman. That'd be crazy. But I'm gonna double up with Wiggins.
That would be crazy. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but Wiggins it is.
I think they gotta improve on their back end. They actually every level of their defense could be addressed here. You could go Johnny Newton, you could go Chop Robinson. I think those are both legitimate selections as well. But I like Wiggins. I like the length that he possesses, and certainly if you're playing the cover 3 scheme in particular, I think he's tailor made for that particular role.
All right, next up we got the Denver Broncos. I just need to take a peek at that roster real quick. I know where I want to go, but I just want to make sure, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing these guys justice.
Gotta do them justice.
Gotta do them justice, man.
Doing Justice League.
You know what? I think I want to go inside on the D line, man. I think that's what I want to do. And I'm going. He might be the top defensive lineman across the board in Jerzon Newton from Illinois.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. All right, Big Johnny Newton. I think it might be more of an odd man front there, which he can play, obviously, but you know how we feel about him playing.
Yeah, that's true. We got to make some changes for him, man.
4-3. Yeah, D-Kid, I'm a big Doyless fan. But Newton, you know what? I think the issue with Newton is that there's a couple of games in his film and it was like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Right? Like when it's good, it looks phenomenal, right? But there are a couple of games where it's like, what is happening?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And those are the games they're usually losing too.
Exactly. So, all right, man. Atlanta. They could use a receiver. They certainly need a quarterback. They got some aging defenders. They're still trying to figure out how to affect the pass on a consistent basis. I think personally, quarterback is the biggest need. I'm not ready to go quarterback just yet here. So I'm gonna go with Chop Robinson. That explosiveness that he represents off the edge.
I like it.
I think plays well on that fast track in Atlanta.
So JJ McCarthy, he ain't skyrocketing up, bro. He ain't show you enough in the Ohio State game.
I'm still waiting, man. I'm still waiting. Okay. I'm still waiting, man. I want to see the Big Ten championship. I want to see how he performs in the playoffs. So I need as much film on JJ McCarthy as I possibly can.
I think we all do, bro.
I think he's talented. But I'm just not convinced. I'm just not convinced at this juncture. That is true. I don't necessarily disagree with that, D-Kid. All right. That puts the Vikings on the clock here. And Vikings are interesting. They could be losing Danielle Hunter, who's having a phenomenal year. Mm-hmm. That takes me to the edge. We have JT. We got Braylon Trice, who's obviously playing right now. If we want to go a little bit different type of edge, we can go Brandon Doyle, as he has a lot more position flexibility. I think they like their young corners. Safety is an area that they could potentially address. Offensive line, I think, is an area that they could potentially address as well. I just wonder about the whole quarterback situation. I was just talking about JJ McCarthy and whether or not, he's the guy. I think in this particular system with Kevin O'Connell, I actually like Bo Nix. And I think it has to be a very specific system for Bo Nix. I don't think Bo Nix is the guy across the board as quarterback 5, right? For any team that's quarterback needed. I think it has to be a very specific system, and I think this is the one that fits him the best. So I'm going to go Bo Nix here.
All right. I like it. I ain't mad at it. All right. We got the Indianapolis Colts. Y'all know how I do it. Let me have it.
Power through it.
Power through it, bro. And this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're going to go Keon Coleman.
Okay. Michael Pittman replacement? You're not extending Michael Pittman?
I mean, y'all was ragging on my guy, bro.
Who?
Alec Pierce, bro. Y'all was ragging on him last week. Y'all was killing him, bro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't it. So we got a guy that's just as big, more physical, and doesn't run in a straight line as some people think that Alan Pierce does.
Pierce. What's going on, Al Paul? You know how we do. We always here grinding year round with the draft content, man. Seattle's on the clock. They had quite a entertaining game last night.
Who won the game? I didn't.
Oh, Dallas pulled it out late.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Dak was on one, so they pulled it out late. I want to get big with this team.
Who threw the pick? Michael Penix.
Uh-oh.
He didn't want to take the sack, man. He just threw it up.
Uh-oh. Yeah. There is talk about Seattle moving on from DK Metcalf. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. 22.3 miles per hour. I don't know, but certainly, if he's costing you, I can understand why there's that thought process. Of course, they traded for Leonard Williams. They need that interior presence on the defensive side of the ball. Interior of the offensive line is also an area that concerns me for this team. So let's go with my guy, Big Leonard Taylor, man. The consistency hasn't necessarily been there, but the talent certainly is there. Hopefully we can coach him up and get him to playing more consistent football.
All right. right, Leonard Taylor is the pick. DK, so it's Duelist out there. Duelist out there getting hemmed up. Him and Birch, they're getting hemmed up. Is that what we're saying? All right. So with the 23rd overall pick, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we know them boys need a corner in the worst way. I don't know if I want to go corner here. They could use a safety. Safety, I think, is a little too early. I thought the offensive line was doing well this year, coming in, man.
Better.
It's better. Let me say that.
They still got work to do, but it's better.
I mean, well, the one thing they did is they put out their their first round pick in Broderick Jones.
Yeah, they did.
They made that move to make sure that we can shore that up. Looking at this roster, let me see. Best player available is what? Let me just Cooper DeJean. You know what?
There's a lot of good players on the board, man.
It is a lot of good players on the board. Let me look at one last thing. I think I know who I want to go with, but let me just make sure.
Nixon turned it back over.
No, Nix, I think he dropped it. Oh, he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds though. Yeah, he out of bounds. Alan Deontay. Nah, we don't need to do that. All right, so
receiver is an area too with Pittsburgh.
I'm looking at Emeka Ibuka, but you know what? I'm gonna go with Cooper DeJean because he gives you more flexibility with what Pittsburgh can do on defense, and you got Mika back there. I like it. They can mix it up back there on the back end.
All right.
Next up, we got the Houston Texans. I love this team. This to me is a if the Houston Texans are in this spot specifically, or if they're even higher, I might trade up to go and get a Jarzon Newton for these boys, or even maybe a Duelist.
Get aggressive,
right?
Get aggressive to get your guy.
And so let's scroll down. Let's go get us a Brandon Duelist, bro. Let's do that. Where he at?
Right.
There he is.
They got him listed as a down lineman. They got him listed as a down lineman. So because he does a little bit of everything. So
yes, let's mix it up. I like it for those guys. For the Miami Dolphins, I want to go offensive line, but I gotta do the right thing and get the right guy. I don't know if Fuaga is. I love him as like you said, as a run block. You know what? Let me see. What's the edge saying? We gonna make it work, man. Fuaga, we gonna make you work, man. Let's go.
Fuaga's the pick.
Yeah, let's do Fuaga, man.
I got him. D-Kit right here, Dallas. Right, Terrence Steele, inconsistent. Tyron Smith, probably last year in Dallas. Here we go. Let's do it. Big Troy.
And I'm not even gonna try to say the last name. We're going with Troy today.
Not tonight. We're not gonna fight with it tonight because we got a lot of picks to get through. All right, that puts the Lions on the clock. Latham's already off the board. My man, he's already off the board. The Lions need to continue to work on their defense. They absolutely continue to work on their defense. And as I scroll through here, there's some interesting names on the board for sure. But I'm going to go with a guy who has really helped himself a lot this season. All right, he really, really has helped them. I understand the Trice pick. I'm gonna go with Terry and Arnold, man. I think Arnold's been fantastic, and be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. There should be an Arnold video coming out here within the next few days on the channel. So let's go with Terry and Arnold to Detroit.
I really think he might end up being corner two. To be honest with you, I know
they're going to be teams who like him more than Kool-Aid.
I agree.
Yeah. Fa'atanu. I'm telling you, Mr. Steve Brasky, when we get to our team specific 7-round mock drafts, I will have it down to a science.
I won't. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
No, Drew.
It is. You just gotta let me have it. You gotta let me have it. All right. Next up, we got.
I think you might be onto something there. I think you might be onto something in terms of Latham. Perhaps.
Oh yeah.
Jacksonville on the clock.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me look at this roster real quick. I know corner is a need for these boys. And I say this about Jacksonville. That's a team that can win, that can beat anybody, but it's also a team that can lose to anybody as well.
Excellent movement skills, D Kid. Excellent movement skills. Really impressive. Glides out there.
I'm gonna grab a guy that I don't hear enough about, but you will eventually. And I'm gonna.
Oh, we're cool with it, Mr. C. Prasky. Let us have it, man. We good with it.
Yeah, we go with it. You know, no hurt feelings over here, man.
None whatsoever.
I'm gonna grab Josh Newton, cornerback, TCU, man.
I know that's you and Headley's guy right there. Yeah, you guys are Newton truthers.
Yes, we are.
Very good player. Excellent player. That puts Kansas City on the clock.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, they need to solidify the left tackle position.
We'll get that
Donovan
later.
Smith isn't it. And then on the other hand, they really need to improve their collection of weapons. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's bad over there. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a Mecca Ibuka off the board here for these guys. A guy who can have some sure hands, catch the damn football, and do something with it.
I think they got guys who kind of present what Ibuka has to offer already. That's why if I go receiver, well, okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna be real with you. There's gonna be more of a conversation. It's gonna be more of a conversation as the draft, cycle progresses. We get into the heart of draft season. I'm not gonna be as high on Ibuka and Keon Coleman as other folks. I might be moving Keon Coleman down a little bit, bro. I might be moving him down a little bit.
I understand it. Honestly, you seen the chinks in the armor.
Yeah, this last month, I haven't seen what I was seeing earlier in the season, and I got to go back to the tape and really, really look at it a little bit closer, because the way he wins, I don't know that you can be effective consistently that way.
Yeah.
At the next level, you can have success, and he's a terrific red zone weapon. Make no mistake about it. He's very good with the ball in his hands, but consistently creating separation, that's the part I have my doubts about that. Be real with you.
Yeah.
All right. San Francisco on the clock here. I think, you know what? Graham Barton is headed to the Senior Bowl, and what I'm hearing, I was actually in a space with Jim Nagy, and he's saying Graham Barton's going to be playing center. He's actually going to be playing center. I actually like him here to San Francisco. I think his ability to get out in space with that zone scheme, that wide zone that they like to run, very dynamic running game. I think he fits in very well here in San Francisco.
Is he the Cody Mosh of this year come Senior Bowl? Because they had him.
Yeah, like a more athletic version than Cody Mosh.
Yeah.
Cody Mock. Yeah, for sure.
I
think we've had Leggett in almost all of our first rounds to this point, DK.
Yeah.
Maybe one he was at the top of the second round to Carolina, but yeah, we like him at the back end. And of course, he accepted his Senior Bowl invite. Another video that will be on the way. In fact, that video will come out before the Terry and Arnold, so be on the lookout for that Xavier Leggett video.
All right, next up we have the Baltimore Ravens, and I really want to go corner here. All right.
Right.
I really want to go corner here, but I'm not liking the guys that are here for this value.
The argument will be Marvin Harrison Jr. as a generational player.
Yeah,
right.
He's transcendent.
Right.
And all them kind of words.
That would be the argument.
You know what? Let's do I'm deciding between these two players. I want to go corner, but I don't think the value's there. So I'm thinking either Xavier Leggett here or Brian Thomas. I'm just looking for a bigger guy that can get down the field.
A bigger target there. Had the receiver on the boundary. I hear you.
Yeah, let me get the Leggett here. Let me. I'm trying to give Thomas some love, but I don't think I can pass Leggett here with what he can do with the ball in his hands. So
can't do it. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna go get my boy Cam Kitchens round out this first round.
Of course you do, bro.
Yeah, man.
And this team will have the luxury of just doing whatever they want to do when they want to do it, how they want to do it. It is what it is.
Absolutely. Yes. Carolina needs to protect their quarterback, and they also need a receiver. I really like the depth at the receiver position. There's some guys here that, is going to get some first round consideration. Certainly Adonai Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, assuming he was more consistent with his hands. Troy Franklin, people love his speed, and then Brian Thomas obviously has had a big season as well. I think it has to be more. It has to be more than just the draft, though. In terms of getting this thing right in Carolina, they're going to have to hit up free agency as well. I gotta protect Bryce Young, man. I know we need weapons. I'm looking at T. Higgins in free agency, and I'm going to add a receiver with the 65th pick, I'm sure. But I gotta protect this guy, man. And one of the best prospects in terms of pass protection in this class. There's some work to be done, but in terms of pass protection, is Patrick Paul, and that's what I'm going to go with here at the top of the second. All right, that takes us to Arizona. My first two selections with Arizona: Marvin Harrison Jr., Nate Wiggins. We're in the catbird seat here. We're going to go back to the defense. Got Braylon Trice, got JT among the edges. We'll get a big Tavondre Sweat, Chris Jenkins. Princely is a guy that I like. He's growing on me quite a bit. Kalen King sliding a little bit, but we already got our corner. We probably could go to the last line of defense here with safety as well. But I'm gonna go back to the D line here, right? And I'm gonna go with big Tavondre Sweat, man.
Tavondre, I like it.
Yeah, man. Make it easier on everybody else. Plus, make some plays of his own up front.
Free up some folks.
Yes,
all right, next up, we got the New England Patriots, and we got Drake May with the first pick overall. I had to do the right thing there, and I want to go receiver, but I also know I understand I have to protect my quarterback. But man, should I do it, man? I'm trying to make sure my value is right. I don't want to just be picking players, although sometimes I show guys love, and so I kick them up the board. I'm gonna do it, man. Let me get my guy Brian Thomas, man. Let's get a playmaker for these boys.
Yeah, I understand. I
like the size.
I understand why there may be some concern, because obviously New England hasn't done a good job of developing receivers. And it's kind of a one-year production thing, but the talent is there for sure.
Yeah.
All right, that takes us to the Commanders. And, of course, we trying to shore up this offensive line, right? I think Joe Alt goes a long way towards that. Let's take a look at what we have on the defensive side of the ball. And we got a couple of edges to work with. As I mentioned, this team can address every level of the defense. But I'm going to start up front. And let's go with Braylon Trice.
Okay, I like
it. A little bit more consistent than JT. I think JT might actually have a higher ceiling, but a bit more consistent than the Ohio State edge defender. The Giants, D-Kit, back on the clock. I thought about Cooper Beebe, D-Kit. I thought about it, but I decided to go in a different direction there. We got the Giants on the clock, and I'm gonna go get somebody for Michael Penix to throw the ball to. All right. And as much as I think D-Kit would appreciate perhaps JT here, I'm going to go Adonai Mitchell, man. I think he's been really impressive this season, given the opportunity to get some targets his way, because obviously the Georgia offense kind of worked inside out. Obviously the passing game went through, Brock Bowers, obviously, and then the running backs, and then Ladd McConkey, but he certainly has blossomed here in Texas. Really polished player. All right, that puts Washington right back on the clock.
That should Cooper Beebe right here.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm going right back to it. D-Kid. I'm sorry. Let's go get Cooper Beebe right here, man. Really solidify that offensive line. Green Bay on the clock here, and they need a safety. Drew.
Yeah, I was. I'm gonna tell you, I was listening to Jake's podcast earlier, his show earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
Weekly
talking. Yeah. He was talking through the safeties. I know he was talking up Rod Moore. I don't know if he mentioned Tyler Nubin. And I know he felt that Cole Bishop was a box safety. I think he was talking more strong safeties there.
Sure.
You know what I mean, in terms of what they need over there. But I don't know what you're saying, what you're feeling over there. I took the Cooper DeJean off the board, so that's that probably would have been the pick here, obviously, right? So,
right. I'm gonna go with Nubin. I'm gonna go with Nubin. I want that. I want the smarts. I want the ball skills on the back end. Let's go with Tyler Nubin here.
He can play in the box too. He kind of gives you his best of both worlds.
Nick's got up out of there, huh?
Oof. Did he fumble?
Out of there. Nobody want to score in the outside of. Ooh, knee is down. Knees down. All right, I love weed, man. Catch you next time.
Let's see. Knee was down? Oh, yeah, knee was down by a mile. By a mile. Eesh. All right.
You got the bolts on the clock.
I got the bolts on the clock. Let me see what we got here. I guess we can stop the slide for Kalen King here.
I think so. I think that's reasonable.
I think let's do the right thing. Let's get us some Kalen King.
I like it.
Yeah, let's lock it up.
Good value. Very good value at this point.
Tennessee Titans. My conundrum, like Juice's conundrum with the Panthers was: do we go offensive tackle? Do we go receiver? Juice did the right thing and went offensive tackle, right? Especially at 33, because I think after, I don't know when Panthers pick again, but that probably was the best move. But for me, Malik Neighbors is too rich to just leave on the board, right?
No, you can't pass Malik Neighbors.
I'm gonna go. I like Tyler Guyton here. You know what? I'm gonna go Kingsley. Let's go Kingsley.
Okay.
Protecting whoever's playing quarterback in this case, Will Levis at the current moment.
All right, that takes us to the Bucks.
I already know where you're going, bro. Just do it. We don't have to discuss
what
it.
What was I going to do?
You're going to do JJ McCarthy. Or you going?
I am.
Okay, but you did say we're going to discuss linebacker or discuss Devin White.
What's going on with Devin White,
bro? It's a wrap, bro. It's a guy who likes to talk a lot. I think he had 2 good years, one outstanding year, and that's about it, man. He's missing a lot of tackles, overruns.
He's made his money.
And I'm gonna say this though. I think he should actually be playing pass rusher. I don't think he should be playing linebacker full time. That's just my opinion. But the Bucks are using him as a linebacker.
He can't set the edge, man. I mean that was the whole issue I had with Jalen Smith. Like, he's a pretty good blitzer. He times up, he green dogs well, whatever the case may be. But you don't have the ability to play that position down in and down out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, Trotter. I'm a big fan of Trotter. Yeah, let's go get JJ McCarthy, man. Right. Don't have to play him immediate necessarily. We got Baker still in tow, and I think I'm much more comfortable with McCarthy at this point in the draft.
Right? Yeah. No, I would agree with you. All right. Next up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. Antonio Pierce should be the coach next year. They let Rich Bisaccia walk out the door, and boys finally got in. Okay, Oregon, I see you out there take the lead. And so we brought in Jaden Daniels as the quarterback here, and let's see. I don't want to force offensive tackle here. I know them boys, they could use a corner, but I don't. You know what? I'm gonna give some love to. Let me just make sure. Now let me check these safeties. I'm gonna call Bishop. Let me take a peek at the roster real quick, just make sure I'm making the right selection. I want Raider fan to hit me down in the comment section and crucify me. We never want that. We out here. We're finally using Hunter Renfrow the way we should be using him. I don't know what your boy was doing. Terrible out there. And Josh McDaniels. Let's look at. Okay, so. What do I want to do?
What do you want to do?
I'd love to go edge, but I can't because we drafted Tyree Wilson last year. So I gotta roll with what we got.
Mr. C. Prasky, he should. He should. The way he plays with the ball in his hands, he absolutely should. I got you covered, D-Kid. I got you covered.
Let's see. All right, let me take a peek at one thing real quick.
Hey, you bogging us down, man. Draft with your heart.
Trying
to use your head.
I am trying to do the right thing, man. All right, I got it down to two players. Just let me fill it out. Got your corner. I got there. We got. I'm sorry. I like what I see out there. All right, so we're gonna. Let's go get us a Xavier Worthy, pair him up with Devontae Adams, Jaden Daniels out there. Yeah,
juice.
Let's get some juice out there.
Some juice. Yeah, Jake. I'm thinking the same thing, and I understand the thought process with Quignon, but I'm thinking the same thing. I think JT is too rich to pass up at this point here at 44. So let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, we went Dallas Turner in the first round to the Rams. I think we need to continue to bolster that defense. Although I have some question marks in terms of the offensive line. Steve Avila obviously has been terrific. Yep. They can continue to improve that offensive line in Los Angeles. Can I pass up Kamari Lassiter though?
Mitchell? I mean, no, you can.
I can. And I think I might. I shouldn't though. I shouldn't. The Rams always go late. They go undrafted. They go late at corner. I want to prioritize it. I'm gonna go with Lassiter over Mitchell though. I'm gonna go with Lassiter.
Okay. I'm mad at it. All right. So I got to do the right thing. This is another. I didn't do the right thing. The Titans, and now we got the Bengals instead of.
I left you some tackles.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. And I'm going to go with a guy that I've talked about at the beginning of the season, a guy that I really like. He's got some things that he's got to work on, but I think once he's fully rounded out, I think he's going to be one of the best to come, and that's Tyler Guyton for the Oklahoma Sooners.
All right. Philly on the clock. And, of course, they're a very deep team. They actually have an issue, though. There is one area that they do have an issue. It's at linebacker, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not that they don't have good players. I think health is a concern. I think they have guys on short contracts, 1-year deals. I think there's been talks about them bringing in Leonard, who was waived by the Colts. I'm going to go with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He probably isn't the most athletic of the bunch, but his all-around game is really effective. Obviously, his father played for Jim Johnson, the Phillies defense. I think you slot him in and you're good at the second level.
I'm tired of picking receiver, man. I really am. I'm sorry I've taken them all with these AFC teams, but I'm going to continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll continue to do it. And I'm going to take Troy Franklin off the board. Somebody comped him to what was the comp that I saw? I'm not big on comps. Let me think about it. It'll come to me. I saw it on Twitter.
It'll come to you? Okay.
Yeah, it'll come to me.
All right. New Orleans, I think, as I mentioned before, is getting a little bit older. And then, of course, there's some guys that are underperforming. We've talked about Trevor Penning previously. I don't think his long-term prospects are at tackle. I think he moves inside Todd Pinkston. No, don't do it. Don't do that, Jake. Don't do that.
That wasn't
it. Don't do that. I'm going to go with Jordan Morgan here, man. I think he presents really good value.
Okay, I like it. All right, next up, we got the Houston Texans, and this is a team that's actually assembled very well. They don't have too many weak spots outside of the middle of that defensive line. I could go back to the well there, and we could have us a nice little rotation with the guys on the board. But I think I might just draft best player available.
I like it. I like the thought process.
Let me see. And according to this board, it's Denzel Burke. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that.
You don't necessarily agree with that.
I don't necessarily agree with that. So I'm gonna scroll down here. I'm gonna slide on down. Hold on. Let me just. I'm gonna look at one thing. Just need to make sure I don't drop the ball. I don't lay it down. I think I know how I want to go with, but let me just make sure. Nah, I can't do it. It's the position. How I feel about this position. I was gonna go linebacker, but we're gonna pass that up, and I'm gonna go get Chris Braswell, edge for Bama.
All right, let's do it, Braswell. All right, went Chop Robinson in the first round for Atlanta. I do want to add some speed to this offense, a playmaker, a guy who can. You get the ball in his hands and let him go to work, right? And I think Malachi Corley fits that bill perfectly. And in lieu of quarterback, and a guy that is growing on me is Carson Beck. I'm not sure if he's going to come out, but he's growing on me. In lieu of quarterback, because again, we went Caleb Williams first overall. My thought process: Justin Fields, he's from Georgia. It's got to end up in Atlanta, right? Let's go with Malachi Corley here in the second round to Atlanta. That takes us to Minnesota. I bit the bullet. I went with Bo Nix. I think he's a good fit in Kevin O'Connell's scheme. I think the interior of this offensive line stands to improve. I mentioned Danielle Hunter being on the outs. I don't know that there's a guy that I love at edge here. We might go in a little bit different direction. Harrison Smith can't play forever.
No, sir.
Interior O-line is an area that I think they need to address as well. You know, I'm going to take the first running back off the board. And the question is, who is the running back? who is the first running back? And I think
go get your guy. What you doing? Oh, he's hurt, though.
Yeah. Brooks is hurt. Brooks is hurt. I think Brooks goes back to school.
Yeah.
I think he goes back to school. I'm a Braylon Allen fan. I am. You know, I like Henderson. I can appreciate Trey Benson, Blake Corum. Henderson's always hurt, man. He's always hurt.
And at that position, bro.
Yeah. I think in terms of the style, you know, we're talking about a zone scheme here. I actually think Trey Benson probably is the best fit. There are running backs that I like more than him, but I think when you consider his skill set, the scheme, you know, you want to get him out on the edges, and he does run with physicality. He has good top end speed. He runs with physicality. I think Trey Benson is probably the right pick here. All right. All right, we need to bolster this offensive line. There's no question about it. We got our quarterback. I think we certainly have helped ourselves at receiver. You got Jalen Hyatt out there. Hopefully, maybe Darren Waller's healthy at some point. I don't know. I want to go with the best offensive lineman available at this juncture, and you can certainly make the argument for Donovan Jackson, Christian Haynes. I'm going to start. Well, no. I think we're okay at center. Let's get a guard. Let's go with Donovan Jackson. Donovan Jackson. Yep.
All right.
Indy's
on the clock, man. I was wondering when I was gonna pick, bro. He's taking everybody, man. Indianapolis.
Keon Coleman in the first. Okay.
Yeah, Keon Coleman in the
Moving
first.
Moving off Michael Pittman. I think you're looking at a bit of an upgrade. With Keon Coleman.
Definitely an upgrade.
Similar skill set, though. Similar skill set.
Yeah. Would agree. We could go edge. I know they need a corner.
They do.
This might be the Mitchell pick, actually.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it is the Mitchell pick.
Let's do the right thing.
Let's do it.
Hey, Mitchell it is. And the Browns with the 55th pick overall, their first pick. And yeah, we I'm not gonna force that. We're not gonna force that. Let's not talk about it. Nah. let me look at. I know who I want to go with. Just let me make sure I got the roster in front of me here. Yeah, I'm not gonna force that. We're gonna have to run that. Let's see here. I think that's a 1-year deal. I mean, this team is pretty solid in terms of when you look everywhere outside of the quarterback position, but that defense plays so well.
Dorless is a man. Dorless is a man, bro. He's a man.
Oof, got him. Spoke too soon about Troy, man. You know what? Would I be crazy to go and get me a Tommy Eichenberg here, man?
No, not at all.
You know,
not at all.
I think he is linebacker.
Him and JOK at the second level. I like it.
I like it. You know what I wonder though, and it may hurt him. I don't know what his Sparky looked like. Right?
Sure.
People fall in love with that.
The athletic aspect.
I don't expect it to be anything special or off the charts. But he's where he's supposed to be, man, consistently. So I love it and I'll take it. All right, we gotta do the right thing.
Got that stack and shed in him.
Yeah, he do got that stack and shed in him. Yeah, I gotta have my stack and shed. Feel me? If I don't have it, I don't know about you. All right, next up we got your two down. You I don't even want to say a 2-down player. You might be a 3rd and long player, something like that. All right. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and looking at the Steelers, I could go receiver. I probably should go receiver, but I don't want to force that. I like their guards.
Do you?
No, I like one of their guards. No, I like one of their guards. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My bad. So
clean it up.
Clean it up. My bad. So we're gonna go Jackson Powers Johnson, the man with 2 names, the law firm.
I like it.
That's what we're going with to help protect Kenny Pickett. Although people are down on Kenny Pickett, but I think was it Matt Canada? Is that who that is?
Yeah. I want to see him with some competent coaching. And then make a decision on Kenny. I'm with you there. All right, Dallas on the clock. We talked about the offensive line, and we certainly think we've gotten that resolved here in the first round. I want to come back. I want to address the second level of the defense. Leighton Vander Esch, another injury. I think his career might actually be done, considering the amount of injuries he's had. Yeah. I not that he's suffered a career-ending injury. I think it's just the cumulative effect of things. He might be done. I think Dallas certainly is moving on from him. You want to continue to play Michael Parsons at the edge. You're going to need some more consistent play at the second level. I like what they brought.
I already know where you're going.
Marquise Bell. You know who I'm going with.
Yeah, I already know.
They signed Marquise Bell, who was a safety in college, and they've been playing him at the second level. He's played really well. But I'm going to bring in Edgerrin Cooper.
I already knew it, bro.
I think he'd be perfect. man. He's gonna check all the boxes in terms of the athleticism, and I think he has a nose for the football, man. I really like Cooper's game. All right. And I'm going to keep it simple here with Detroit. The name of the game is we want to play some defense here in Detroit. And I'm going to stay with a local product here with Chris Jenkins, man, up front.
I like it. Doing the right thing, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me see what I'm looking at here.
Josh Newton in the first round. I wonder how common Josh Newton is in the first round of other mock drafts. I know you and Headley are particularly high on him, and I think he's a really good player.
Yeah,
I think he may be within those first 32 on a number of NFL teams, but I wonder what the consensus is on him.
I think he might be out of sight, out of mind right now because he was playing for TCU and them boys. Sure. They fell off. So I think his combine is going to be something that's going to loom big for him, and I think that's where he's gonna show up and show out. And then people are going to go back and start looking at him like, you know what? People might argue he might have been the better corner when your boy was there, right? So the year before. So,
Hodges Tomlinson. Yeah.
So we'll see. Mark the tape. I said it. That's how it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Looking at this board, I want to go edge.
Okay.
And I think the edge that I'm going to grab.
GTF.
No, I was actually thinking Jonah Ellis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. I think I want to go Jonah Ellis, man.
All right, Jonah Ellis to Jacksonville.
Let's get it, man. All right, we have
Waga in the first round of Miami.
Yeah. We trying to protect Tua, man. Even though we know he's gonna fumble the football a time or two. You know how he do it.
Don't do Tua like that, man.
Hey, man,
don't do Tua like that.
These are facts, bro. I can't. It is what it is.
Can't be refuted.
No, I can't be refuted, man. All right, I'm gonna grab Michael Hall Jr., who Headley's big on. I'm big on too. He's a guy who it's kind of out of sight, out of mind at times with him, but then again, he just peeks his head in there, makes a play, gets a stop, gets a pressure, gets penetration, frees guys up. He's consistent, man. So Michael Hall Jr. here for the Dolphins.
I love the Graham Barton pick here to San Francisco.
I'm
gonna go on the other side of the ball, and I'm going to stay local with Kalen Bullock. There's some concerns, obviously, with tackling, but when you talk about a guy that plays center field, I know when you between Bullock, Cam Kitchens, and Tyler Nubin, those are probably your best bets as far as center fielders of your defense. So, Kalen Bullock, we just got to clean up the tackling, my man.
It ain't James Williams out there, bro. That's not his thing.
No,
okay.
No, it's not his thing.
All right, I'm just checking.
I want him coming forward, not going back. Come forward.
All right. Next up,
KC, baby.
We got the KC. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, and
got a guy who can catch the football.
We do got a guy who can catch the football, and I'm tempted to go back to get another guy who can catch the football, but I got to do the right
double dip
thing. No, I'm not gonna double dip.
All right.
I'm gonna pass up Zach Zinter, okay, because I want to show some love to Blake Fisher. I think he might be the forgotten tackle right now, man. Because
he is the forgotten guy over there.
Yeah,
because Joe Alt's going crazy, but
right.
Fisher's a good player. Fisher's a good player. All right. You like Zinter a little bit more interior?
And that's the thing too, is he's most likely going to play interior. So yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
All right.
All right, next up we got the Baltimore Ravens here at 63, and I do have to get them boys a corner. We can't not have these guys have a corner. Denzel Burke is still on the board. He's still a mystery to me at this point in the season. I know people talk about TJ Tampa, but I'm going to go get a guy who tends to get his hands on the football. And Chris Abrams, I don't even know how to say, is it Dran?
Let's go with Drain for now.
Drain? All right, Drain.
I've only heard Chris Abrams. That's all I've heard.
Oh, that's all you said?
When watching him. That's all I've heard when watching him. Yes. All right. Did he get an invite? I thought he got an invite to Mobile.
But I didn't see it. If he did. Sure. You know what? He may have. You may be right.
Yeah.
You may be right.
I actually thought you were going Kalen Carson here, so a bit of a surprise.
I was thinking, but we do so many mock drafts. I feel like I have to give guys we haven't talked about some love.
Sure.
On the board.
Sure. I'm with you. Plus, this is a deeper mock draft as it is. I'm with you there. All right, Ken Kitchens, Jeremiah Trotter went to the defensive side of the ball with a couple picks. I think Philadelphia could actually, stand to go back to the defensive side of the ball here at corner. Although they're deep, they have a lot of young players. So let's bring in a receiver, man. Let's bring in a receiver, and the question is who?
Yeah, that's the question.
The question is who? The other thing is that they don't have a running back under contract beyond this season. I know
do the right thing, bro.
Swift has done. Do the right thing?
Yeah, do the right thing, bro. I mean, it is running back, bro.
I don't love the system for it, though. That's the thing. I want to draft Braylon Allen. That's who I want to draft, bro. But I don't love the system. I'm gonna go with my heart, bro. I'm gonna go with my heart. Braylon Allen.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my heart.
You got some people gonna ask you some
questions? Yeah, no. I understand.
Okay.
Jerry Henderson probably is a better fit.
He's probably a better fit. I would rather go Quorum than Henderson. That injury stuff,
the injuries,
bro.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. All right, Patrick Paul. I leveraged the depth at the receiver position, and I think if Carolina is able to get this guy in the third round, they would be over the moon. I'm gonna go Tez Walker.
Okay, Carolina. I like it. Yeah, I kept looking at him, man.
All right, the Cardinals have a ton of picks. All right,
sure.
Still got 3 picks left. Harrison Jr., Nate Wiggins, T'Vondre Sweat. My first 3 selections. Is it time for Denzel Burke to come off the board? Maybe. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the D line. Let's go get Princely.
Okay, I like it. Hopefully they'll do the right thing by him because I don't necessarily think the Gators are doing that. So let's do that. All right, we got the New England Patriots.
I like what you've done thus far.
These guys, yeah. I think I got to do the right thing though in terms of trying to get some protection.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm trying not to force it though, man. I don't know that the value is here at the current moment. You got Zach Zinter, who obviously we talked about pushing him inside. So maybe I missed the boat with the first 3 rounds here in terms of trying to get that guy. Let me see.
Julian Pearl, Joshua Gray, Christian Jones, Jack Nelson. I'm not very familiar with Matt Goncalves. Goncalves?
Goncalves.
As you can tell, I don't know if it's Claves.
No, it's not.
I am not. Oh, Washington went back up.
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Who's it going to be, Drew? The New England.
I'm trying not to do New England, man. I'm trying to do the right thing.
Trying to get sexier.
You know what? Let me get my. Hold on. I think I know who I'm gonna go with, but let me just make sure. You know what? Let's do Denzel Burke. Let's stop the slide. Let's scoop him. Let's take him off the board. Who didn't work out this year? Who ended up getting arrested and ended up
J.C. Jackson, man. I don't know what's going on with that young man. I don't know. I think that's excellent value for Denzel Burke.
Yeah, I would.
And I think he has a shot to be a better pro. I think he has a shot to be a better pro with the right coaching. I think he definitely has a shot to be a better pro. All right, we got the New York Giants here on the clock. Donovan Jackson was the pick, the latest pick. We've gone all offense to this point. We probably should play some defense, but we want to fix something. right? It's more that it's a little bit of a rebuild here. We got to fix this thing, man. So I'm thinking about going back to the offensive line here, and I'm gonna go with Zinter because Zinter does give you the little flexibility. Although he probably is a guard, he does give you the flexibility to play tackle as well. Coming off the injury, significant injury, but I like Zinter here. All right, Shy went with Caleb Williams, Fashioner with their first 2 selections. Is it time for Jack Sawyer? He's an interesting player, highly recruited individual. I think there's more. I think there's more to get out of him.
I'd agree.
Take a look around. Jalen Johnson may not be back. Tyreek Stevens is playing better ball. Kyler Gordon's out there, so they're good at the second level. They brought in Sweat. They need that other receiver, don't they?
They do. What they got in the middle there in terms of the D line? Is it? I'm drawing a blank.
They went with your boy from Florida.
Oh, Dexter.
They got Zach Pickens. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like Mason Smith here. I do kind of like Mason Smith, but I'm thinking about adding a weapon here. Because if I'm not mistaken, your boy, what's his name? His name's escaping me.
Receiver?
Yeah.
Oh, you got Darnell. You got DJ Moore. Darnell.
Yeah, Mooney. I think Mooney's in the last year of his deal. You know what? Give me my guy, man. Give me my guy, Jalen Polk, man.
Jalen Polk?
Jalen Polk, man.
Your guy, Jalen. Oh, that is your guy.
That's my guy.
You're dismissing my guy. That's fine. Okay. That's cool.
I ain't dismissing. I'm just saying Jalen Polk is my guy, bro. So I'm going to go with my guy. I told you I was drafting with my heart. All right. Washington on the clock. Joe Alt, Brennan Trice, Cooper, BB. Linebacker has been an issue for this team. I do like Cedric Gray. I might just have to do it for Barrett Carter one time. You know what? Let's go Jack Sawyer.
Jack Sawyer?
Let's add Jack Sawyer. Yep.
I like it. I was going to tell you to go back to the D-line, man. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Got to come away with an edge at this point, considering that they traded both Sweat and Young.
All right, man.
But
I'm gonna go.
The focus was getting that offensive line right. We had it.
You got to. I mean,
get it right
because your boy is he's doing his thing, but he can't do it by himself if guys ain't out there protecting him. So, and my guy Sam Howell, that's my guy. I picked him.
That is your guy.
You know what I'm saying?
That is your guy.
I gotta wear that.
I've been defending. I've been doing a lot of defending of Sam Howell, though.
I appreciate it, man.
In the circles that I run in,
yeah,
I've been defending him, man.
I appreciate it, man. Good luck, man. All right, I'm gonna give us a little bit. Let me see. Same thing. You got Derwin James, Gilman.
Right, huh?
Yeah, I really am. Let me see. Let me grab can I grab a Mason Smith? Can I do that?
Yeah. I like it. I like it at this point. Let's continue to add talent to that defense. All right, well, all defense with the Chargers 3 selections. I'm not mad at it. Arizona, we drafted a lot for Arizona. A lot. All right, let's see what's going on here, because this is a team that could stand to go with best player available.
I see 2 players I would grab, bro.
Who you like?
I like ZTF, but I also like my guy Jalen McMillan.
That'd be a nice additional piece to the receiving room. That would be a nice piece.
Maybe
I like Jacob Cowing too.
I like Jacob Cowing. That's the guy I'm probably going to be keying on at the Senior Bowl, the receiver I'm going to be keying on. I was just talking about him last year, man. So he made the right decision to not come out. So, yeah.
I'm going to go Christian Haynes, man.
Christian Haynes?
I feel like I'm disrespecting Van Pran. You know what? Give me Van Pran.
Van Pran? Okay. All right. All right, man. My Bucks, what you doing, man?
What's going on, Jeffrey? Bucks? JJ McCarthy. We need a linebacker, right? Devin White ain't doing it.
Yeah, you got a
linebacker, right?
Yeah, we need a linebacker.
Cornerback. I think you need a cornerback too, right?
No. We just gotta stay healthy. Cornerback's good. We got Dean over there. We got Carlton Davis. We got our backup, and
they're not playing well, though. They're not playing.
No, they hurt. That's the problem. They hurt.
They're hurt. You can never have enough corners, though, B.
This is true. This is true.
What I'm saying?
This is true. Man, I need you to go get Cedric Gray though, bro. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the linebacker.
Or Danny Struts.
I mean, Levante is still balling, but he's longer in the tooth and
right. Wait, well, they got his backup. They got your boy from Pittsburgh last year. Sebastian.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dennis. That's right. That's right.
So yeah.
You know what? I wanna. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do, man?
I'm gonna do something a little sexy.
All right, like it.
You know, I'm gonna go get D-Kit's guy, man. Torrey Horton, man.
Torrey Horton? Okay.
I like Torrey Horton, man.
So I like it too.
Chris Godwin hasn't regained the explosiveness that he had previous to his injuries. Again, Mike Evans obviously still doing it at a very high level, but can't play forever. I like Torrey Horton. I like Trey Palmer too, but I want to add Torrey Horton to that mix. Let's score some points in Tampa, man. Let's score some points.
We do. I think the offense is coming together, man. Baker just got to hit him, man. It is. Come on, man. I'm gonna do the right thing here. We're gonna go ahead and grab. Let me see what quarterback's on the board. No, we can't force that. Not forcing it, bro.
Not forcing it.
Not forcing it. Let me see what the interior look like.
Intriguing players, though. There really are some intriguing names. So Spencer Rattler is declared. KJ Jefferson is in the portal.
I like that too. Get up out.
Michael Pratt is going to the Senior Bowl, so he'll be entering the draft. I think Quinn Ewers is going back to school, which means Arch Manning is going to be probably hitting that portal.
I called him Archie in the thing. I said I'm gonna leave it. I ain't even correct it, bro. I'm gonna eat it. All right, I'm gonna grab. Who was I gonna grab? I'm gonna grab my guy Jalen McMillan right here, man. Pair him up with,
nice addition. Nice savvy receiver, makes plays.
And then for the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. We're gonna go ahead. Let me grab a Kalen Carson, cornerback, Wake Forest, who's kind of
good pick.
Is he he's going to Senior Bowl, correct?
I'm not certain. I certainly hope so, but I'm not certain.
I always get him and Cam Hart mixed up when I'm looking. When people put up the name. So, but I think I'm pretty sure it was him. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody can let me know.
All right. Who's playing center for the Rams?
I think it's a draft. I think it's somebody they drafted. Let me see. What are Rams at? Rammies. No, I was wrong. It's they got Coleman Shelton, guy with two last names, and Brian Allen.
I know Brian Allen. I'm familiar with Brian Allen.
Yeah, I'm not. Coleman Shelton is from Arizona.
Does Cooper Kupp still have it, bro?
Yeah, he does, man.
Listen, Mr. Prasky, listen. I told Headley and Drew earlier this week.
Here we go, bro.
If Miami gets Cam Ward, I'm going to be insufferable. That is who I want. I want Cam Ward.
Yeah, that's one of his teams, right? It's y'all and somebody else, I think.
I don't know. I mean, everything that I've seen has been very much West Coast centric, whether it be Washington or Oregon. But man, I know. Cristobal has those connections on the West Coast. So obviously, he was coaching at Oregon, whatever the case may be. So I think we're in the mix, man. I hope we get him. D-Kid, let me give you an update real quick. I went O-line. Trying to get it right. We're working on it. All right. Penix, Mitchell, Donovan Jackson, Zach Zinter. All right, that takes us to the Los Angeles Rams. Man, Cooper Kupp hasn't looked good this year, man. He just
killing let that man. Oh, that's why you on him, bro. Let him breathe, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the Georgia well. I'm gonna go back to the Georgia well here, and I'm gonna go get Javon Bullard, who's playing at a very high level.
All right, I'm mad at it.
Yeah, we gonna wait on Zinter, D-Kid. We gonna wait on him. All right, we're gonna wait on him.
All right, next up we have the Cincinnati Bengals, and we got us a receiver and we got us an offensive tackle. We doing the right thing. This is a team that we could go running back, but they don't use the running back like we think they should use the running back. So that's a problem in itself.
Right.
We could add to the D line, get us that rotation. We do got that nice rotation over there. I do like these boys' corners. The boys solid there. This might be a best player available pick, or maybe we. You know what? What am I doing, man? Come on, Drew. We're going over here to interior to O line. We're gonna challenge some folks, bro, and we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna get us a Christian Haynes. Let's do it, man. Right there.
All right, Christian Haynes.
Let's get it.
Denver got Johnny Newton with the 18th overall pick. Excellent value.
Oh yeah, we did. We did the right thing. That was a fantastic pick there, man. Because them boys needed that in the worst way. And I know. See, we're gonna lose what? Are we losing 2 receivers for this team?
Mentally and physically, D-Kid. I think Judy certainly is on the way out. I think they probably keep Cortland Sutton though.
Cortland Sutton. And you got Marvin Mims. So we straight there. So they could use a third one, but that would be me pushing it. McGlinchey out there look good. Let's see.
Come on, Washington, put it away.
Put it away, guys. Let's go. Have you seen anything of Drew Sanders? Has he busted a grape? What are they?
I think Drew Sanders got hurt.
He got hurt. Okay.
I think he's hurt, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but for whatever reason, I'm thinking about him being hurt. What about McMillan? That's Drew's guy. Who'd you select? Who went with McMillan? Was it?
That was the Jets. Paired him up with Garrett. Garrett Wilson.
That's a good pick. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
What do I want to do with these boys? Could I go interior O line here? Christian Mahogany. Lam McConkey. We got Brendan Rice. Let me see. Best player available.
Yep, second round, D-Kid to Dallas.
And let me see what the tight end looking like. We got Adam Troutman.
Sanders?
Yeah, I'm thinking because I know Sean Payton likes to use his tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Sanders might be to get here. I think I'm gonna be higher on him than most people will be just because of the skill set and his ability. And I like what they do with him, how they use him at Texas. You kind of see the full picture there. So
he's been a little less involved this year.
He has. This is true. But later in the season.
Certainly, I'm with you there. I think we might be sleeping a little bit on his skill set. So, all right, Sanders is the pick. Okay, Jake, we went Mims, Newbin, JT with our first 3 selections. So we'll get a running back, man.
Yeah, boy got bangs.
Trevion, man. I got to do it now, man. I got to do it now.
And listen, he don't have to take the full. Well, pause. You don't have to take the entire carries. That's what we got to say.
All right, and we're gonna round it out with TJ Tampa, man. Let's round it out with TJ Tampa. All right, Arizona busy, not unlike Green Bay. Harrison Jr., Wiggins, Sweat, Princely, Cedric Van Pran. I'm of the mind of best player available, and according to NFL Mock Draft Database, that is Barrett Carter.
Barrett Carter, okay. Hey, you know one of the biggest differences with this Washington team is the boys can run the football.
I don't like him for this team. I'm gonna go with Cedric Gray. I don't like him for what Arizona does defensively. Jake approves of the Trevion pick. All right.
Approves of the
Excellent.
Trevion pick. Okay.
Well, it's been a while since Seattle been on the clock, man. We got Leonard Taylor out here. Mr. C. Prasky, what's the word? We could add. I haven't seen enough. I'm with you, D-Kid. I'm gonna get on it. We could add a quarterback. Give Gino another year out of quarterback. Michael Pratt, Carson Beck, Spencer Rattler are all intriguing.
Let me look at their O-line looking like. Got the
interior of the offensive line is the area. It's the interior of the O-line. Yeah.
You could get your boy Mahogany.
I like Mahogany. I like Frazier. I like Cohen.
Yeah, that's it. Cohen,
I need to watch a little bit more Ratledge. Cohen's good, bro. I think people are sleeping on him. I think he's going to climb. He's going to the Senior Bowl. Yeah, that's the other thought process, as Mr. C. Prasky mentioned, D-Kid. Who's going to play next to Jordan Brooks? But we got an 82 and 86. Let's go get Mahogany right here.
Mahogany. All right. You should go get you a Cedric Gray with that other pick. But
I already picked Cedric Gray instead of
you did.
Barrett Carter.
Barrett Carter. That's right. That's right. I forgot. You're right.
Yeah. All right. ATL on the clock. They either didn't have 51 or 83 because that was to acquire Justin Fields. But since we not making any trades here, I'm gonna add a Georgia boy. I'm gonna add Carson Beck here, man.
Ooh, this is
intrigued.
I think he comes back because I think they're working on an NIL deal. But if he doesn't come back, he is intriguing.
He's very intriguing.
No one's talking about him because Georgia's not sexy over there on the offensive side of the football, but he's like the more he plays, the better he gets. You know what I'm saying?
The way he's been playing, though, he's coming around. He certainly is. I think Barrett Carter's probably been around a little too long, and Detroit needs to just improve across the board defensively. So we'll add Barrett Carter to the second level of that defense.
Okay.
Indy.
Right, Indy got these Colts out here, man. Let's see. Let me see.
Who scored the TD, D-Kid? I missed it.
It was 88 tight end.
Oh,
he got in.
Penix.
Get
that man his Heisman, man. Give that man his Heisman.
I'm going to go with another guy that I want to give more love to.
Okay.
I'm going to go Gabriel Murphy here. For the UCLA. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Yeah. I passed up ZTF, man. I'm just trying to give guys love, man. Wake people up to these people.
Hey, man, I don't know. I don't know what these medicals are going to say, right? But this guy right here, Peyton Wilson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the reason why he's so low. That's the reason why he's so low.
It's a problem. And like I said, I'm drafted with my heart, so I'm going Peyton Wilson, sliding next to Jordan Brooks.
Yeah, we was talking about him last year, were we not?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Okay.
We were. Some interesting linebackers there. I know you got your boy Ford from Texas. Junior Colston's a guy. Danny Stutzman's always around the football. Mm-hmm. I need to. It's been a while since I've watched Mondon, so I need to go back and check him out. Remind myself of what he brings to the table. But yeah, Peyton Wilson. The injury is problematic, right? But yeah, he got star potential. He has star potential.
All right, I'm gonna. I probably shouldn't pass up Roman Wilson here, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna draft my guy I've been talking about for 2 years, Jacob Cowan. So
I like Cowan a lot. Yeah, he's going to the Senior Bowl too, so he's probably gonna put on a show.
Yeah, I would imagine he should. All right, I'm gonna grab another guy. I'm gonna pass up another. I'm gonna pass up Roman Wilson one more time, and I'm gonna go get another guy who's gonna be at the Senior Bowl, and Brendan Rice.
All right, we've gone all defense to this point for Detroit. Is it time to switch it up?
No, you can continue to go, bro. You know, I ain't mad at it. Unless, you know what you.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is time to switch it up. I think I'm going back to the defensive side of the ball. Let's go ZTF, man. I think he's been on the board a little too long.
Yeah, he's been on that board too long. All right, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and there's another guy. I'm not drafting. I just want to talk about a little bit. Patrick Payton from Florida State. That's a guy that's going to be at the Senior Bowl. It's a guy I'm going to be keying on. And if Headley was here, he could tell us a little bit more about him. But
I watched him. He's intriguing. He has the frame that you're looking for. He has the NFL frame. I think there's some upside there. He had like a good 3-4 week run where he was really turning some heads. While Verse was obviously getting a lot of attention, Peyton was winning his one-on-ones on a consistent basis, but I don't know that the consistency is there. I think he might be a good rotational piece.
Right. No, that's what it sounds like.
And you hope he turns into something more, but I don't know that he gets there. Jordan Birch is very intriguing. Very intriguing.
Ooh, you're
obviously
right.
A lot of talent.
I'm gonna leave him on the board.
They have him as a linebacker, I'm sure. They probably have him as a
no. He's a defensive line. He's pretty low though.
No, I know, but where under what?
The DL.
They got him as a D line.
Yeah, 157, bro. 157.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go Birch here. I probably should. Maybe I'll leave him for you. I'm gonna go Cole Bishop.
Cole Bishop. Yeah, I like Cole Bishop a lot. I think he's more than a box safety.
Yeah, he be around the football too much, man. It's ridiculous.
All right, Dallas. I think Dallas is a corner.
What you mean? They got Bland out there returning?
No, I know they got Bland. and they'll get Diggs back. But Stephon Gilmore, probably his contract will be over. Jordan Lewis,
right?
His contract will be done. Max Melton is a guy. You know who I like though, and this seems like a Cowboys pick. Sandra still, bro. Mike. I'm gonna go with Mike.
Oh, okay. I'm mad at it. Okay. He's out of making plays versus Ohio State, man. Was his lighting folks up?
Baller. I seen him a couple years ago. He's a baller.
Doing his thing, man. All right, so this will be the Birch pick since you didn't pick him. So we're gonna go ahead and share up some D line out there. Jordan Birch to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, KC. What you want? San Francisco on the clock. There's 3 more picks here. This is actually my last pick. The last 2 are AFC selections in this mock draft duel. 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
We went Kalen Bullock, Graham Barton. Where do we want to go? I think San Francisco has to make a decision in terms of Brandon Ayuk, and I think they do get that done. Well, they can't pay everybody,
Nope.
Can't pay them all. They did bring in Chase Young. D-line. Did I get my corner? No, I have not gotten my corner.
Come on, man. What you doing?
I'm going to trust in D-Kit. I'm going to go with Max Melton.
Max Melton? Okay. Mm-hmm. Max Melton it is. All right, man. We got the Baltimore Ravens up next with the 94th pick overall. And we got Xavier Leggett and we got Chris Abrams. And so we kind of shored up that. And let me see here. Let me make sure I'm not forcing it. I don't never want to force it.
Need a running back, bro.
I do need a running back.
You got Keaton Mitchell, though. Keaton Mitchell, a baller. But Gus' contract is done. Dobbins obviously has been injured. I think his contract expires.
Yeah,
I think all you have is Keaton Mitchell.
Let me get a Blake Corum. Let's pair him up.
All right.
Let's get sexy, bro.
Hey, Blake.
And then the Texans, a team that I think is equipped outside of maybe a defensive lineman, they're just kind of equipped to just kind of draft best player available outside of maybe them and the Eagles. Let's go and get what am I looking for, man? You think Jalen Ford comes out? You think he stays in school? Or is that a transfer guy?
No, I think he stays where he's at. I mean, Texas obviously is playing at a high level,
right.
or is competing at a fairly high level here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he decides to forgo the draft and come back to school or not. I'm not sure about that. I think he probably could benefit from going back to school, though.
I'm just looking at their O-line real quick.
Oh, hell. Oregon trying to get back in it.
You see him? Boys said no quit out here, bro.
They got that ability, man. They got that quick strike ability.
They do. You don't see it a whole lot because them boys will just wear you down. But yeah. Let me see. All right, I think I know what I want to do. Oops, what happened? There we go.
It's the last pick, bro. What you doing, man?
I don't know. I'm looking. The last pick you gotta look. Can't just pick, man. Let me go. Let's go linebacker. I don't have I picked a linebacker at all, bro, for any of the picks.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, man.
You've been very much anti-linebacker in this particular mock draft.
Let's go Danny.
I got a while back.
Let's go Danny Stutzman. Yeah.
All right, another tackling machine.
Yeah.
All right, Danny Stutzman is our final pick. All right, Drew, let's recap it.
Okay.
I was busy. I was busy here. So give me your take on my picks. I'll give you my take on your selections.
Okay. I mean, Marvin Harrison, you gotta do the right thing. They need a receiver. He's the best. He's the best player in the draft. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nate Wiggins, I love the pick. He's quarterback 2 or 3 for you. He might be 2 or 3 for me for sure. And Tavondre. Got to slow it down. Tavondre Sweat, big beef in the middle. Also, a guy can get penetration and work his way in the backfield. You pair him up with Princely right next to him. Let Princely rush the passer. Don't ask Princely to be out here dropping back in the coverage and doing stupid stuff. Just have him rush the passer and defend the run, right? Keep it simple. And then Cedric Van Pran at the center position. I love this, man. This is a good step in the right direction, a big step in the right direction for the Arizona Cardinals, man.
All right. Did I do the Falcons? Did I do Headley's Falcons justice?
Yeah, man. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, outside of not getting them a star quarterback up at 19, sure. I don't remember who was there. Sure. But you weren't trying to force JJ McCarthy.
Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, you weren't trying to force that. You were trying to fix the edge and give him another playmaker and Malachi Corley, and then Carson Beck. Rounded it out in terms of let's see what he can do. He can't do worse than what we've seen on the squad right now, right? So in terms of the quarterback position, so I like it.
All right, Drew. You went Xavier Legette, Chris Abrams, Blake Corum. I mean, I think you address all positions of need. I'm a big fan of Legette. Again, be on the lookout for that particular video. It's coming soon. Abrams, I'm not as familiar with, but the little that I've seen, I've liked. I'm intrigued. And Blake Corum has been doing it at a high level for a long time. I think if you pair him up, you don't have a battering ram necessarily, but I think the skill sets that Blake Corum and Keaton Mitchell present pairs very well with what Lamar Jackson offers as your quarterback. So I like what you've done here with the Ravens. Buffalo. I think these are probably outside of pass rusher, the 2 biggest areas of need for Buffalo. You can always stand to improve on either side of the line of scrimmage. And certainly pass rusher is a need, but you get Kool-Aid, who's going to be the top cornerback for most, and then Troy Franklin, his speed, game-changing speed. You're likely going to move from Gabriel Davis. You want to see some more consistency. I think if you have Diggs with his head on straight, along with Troy Franklin, Khalil Shakir obviously stepping up, and Dalton Kincaid, that's a good collection of weapons there on the perimeter.
All right, man. Next up is the Carolina Panthers, man. And you went Patrick Paul. You did the right thing. You wanted to protect Bryce Young because Lord knows he needs that. And in the 3rd round, you went out and you got a receiver and Tez Walker, who missed the first couple games of the season and has kind of turned it on with Drake May over there at North Carolina. And he's a guy who people need to keep an eye on because I think he's gonna climb up these draft boards.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, there's obviously a lot of receivers. It's a very deep class, but I don't think it's crazy if you take Tez Walker at 33. It's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that worked out well there.
Then for the Chicago Bears, you got Caleb Williams. You said we're going to trade away Justin Fields. That day is over, and you said it basically because the new regime is coming in. They want their guy, so let's go get.
Not Caleb that I necessarily agree with it, but I think new regime. Then you
just want your guy, right? And you want that. You want the 5 years with that guy, so it makes sense. Then you went and got Olu Fashion. You got to protect Caleb Williams. Don't want him running around there playing sandlot football. And then you got Jalen Polk. Receiver who we like with the speed and can track the ball going down the field. Just got to make sure he catches it. But yeah, love it.
There's been some drops here recently, but I think he serves as a good complement to DJ Moore. DJ Moore obviously is your top wide. And then you still got Cole Kmet, obviously. So, all right, Drew, you went with you did the Jamar Chase thing again. You did the Jamar Chase thing again, and I don't hate it. I think. To me, there's a very clear top 3 among the receivers. It's Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze. You managed to get, one of the best 3 receivers in this class, arguably top 2 in this class. You're going to lose T. Higgins in all likelihood. I don't expect Tyler Boyd, even though he's a team captain. I don't expect him back. So that room is changing, and you want to continue to put yourself in a position to maximize every year that you have Joe Burrow at the controls. You then ensure that you improve that offensive line. And I think considering the fact that you netted Tyler Guyton and Christian Haynes, I can certainly understand the Rome Odunze pick, like what you did here with Cincinnati. Cleveland didn't have a first round pick.
I just want to let you know, my guy McMillan just ended the game for Oregon.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
He got the first down, man.
McMillan, your guy.
Yeah, my guy.
All right, hey, man. Yeah. Hey, man. Washington punched their ticket. They deserves it, man. They played some close games here recently and stuff. They beat Oregon twice.
Yep.
You know, they were the first game was in Washington, if I'm not mistaken, and then of course here at a neutral site. So they deserve it, man. Tommy Eichenberg and Brendan Rice. I thought I like Brendan Rice. I think there were a couple other receivers that I may have preferred for Cleveland in this instance because you got Cedric Tillman out there, right?
This is true.
And I think from a skill set perspective, you know, I actually like Tillman more than Rice, although Rice is an intriguing prospect. I think he's a good player. I think their skill sets are a little too similar for my taste. But I certainly understand improving the receiver room. I'm not sure about Elijah Moore, and I know he's had his best games with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's about to get the start, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I love Tommy Eichenberg. You put him next to JOK, and I think they got everything locked down at the second level.
All right, next up we got the Dallas Cowboys, man. You went Troy. You know, I'm not gonna say it. Offensive tackle for Washington.
Fa'atuna.
He's going to be the replacement for Tyrod Smith, so he's gonna be in. You went and got your guy, Edgerrin Cooper. You made sure he didn't leave the state of Texas. Obviously, because is it Leighton
Van Der Esch?
What's wrong with me? That's his replacement essentially, because Van Der Esch is probably not coming back. When you start talking about your neck and your back, it's time to head out, right?
It's not a good scene. DeMarvion Overshown is hurt. I and we had some questions about his instincts and so on and so forth. So but I think to your point, Cooper checks all those boxes, the physical stuff, and I think he's much more instinctive than people give him credit for typically.
And then the cornerback, how you say his last name? Cornerback from Michigan? Sanderstill. Sounds crazy, bro, but I like it. When he started killing people out there, we really don't know the name, but I know he's been showing up and showing out this season, and I know you said he was talking about him last season as well. So they need another corner, and you can never have too many corners. So I like what you did with the Dallas draft.
Yeah, Johnny Newton, Jatavian Sanders are intriguing picks here. It's interesting. It's interesting what Sean Payton has decided to do. We like that other tight end. He brings in Trotman, his guy, but your boy, his name's escaping me. He was a rookie last year. What's his name?
For Denver?
Yeah, the tight end, the young guy. Played at UCLA, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, you're right. I'll forget him. That was one of my guys.
And that's the reason why I went with him, D Kid. Obviously, he can play your nickel, so he can play a little safety for you. But it's just the fact that he's always around the football, and that's what they're preaching over there in Dallas right now. We want to play fast. We want to get after the football. We want to create turnovers, get our hands on the football. So I think Sanders still is a good fit there. I forget the guy's name, and Drew will get it to you, but I like it. I like the selection. Greg DeLucci. So Sanders comes in. He now becomes the guy in terms of the tight end. I think he's a little bit better in line than a lot of people give him credit for. There's at least a willingness there. You know what I mean? And I think he has the frame to add a little bit more weight, add a little bit more strength. Good hands, can find some soft spots in the zone. Johnny Newton, again, when he's on, he could be arguably the best defensive player in this class when he's on. Right. I think from a motor perspective, there might be some question marks from time to time, but I think he goes a long way to bolster an improving defense in Denver.
All right, we got the Detroit Lions. You went out and you got Terrion Arnold from Alabama, who may end up being, he may end up being the top corner. You never know. We got to show up that side or the perimeter. So we got you some Terrion Arnold out there. You got Chris Jenkins to show up the middle. You kind of went to every level of the defense in terms of Detroit. You try to get it right because the offense is solid and good. They're good to go, right? So, and then not that the defense is far off, but obviously if we can shore up every level of the defense, why would you not do that, right? Cedric Gray at the second level, and then ZTF, who Value is extra good there.
Barrett Carter.
Oh, Barrett Carter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. I had to flip it. But yeah, I had picked them, and then you had picked them, and it was
right.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. And the Green Bay Packers, you went and you got Amarius Mims out to protect, because we don't know, is it Balaga? We don't know what's going on with him, if he's coming back. If he's
Balaga.
Not Balaga. I'm dating myself, bro.
Yeah, you are.
Jake, you didn't hear that, bro. You didn't hear that, man.
Oh man, my man said Balaga.
It's late, bro. It's late.
Bakhtiari.
Yeah. Amarius Mims, that's the guy that's gonna slide in, and it's gonna be a plug and play, as we call it. We need a safety out there, so you went and got you some Tyler Newbin, who can play both free and the strong, smart, intellectual player. You got JT for the edge, who I think he's probably one of the smartest defensive linemen in this draft. Very instinctual, just kind of he ruins screens and different trick plays, and he's where he's sometimes he's where he's not supposed to be because he's so smart, right? Like usually you say he's where he's supposed to be, but sometimes he's where he's not supposed to be because he sees it coming from a mile away. So, and then you got a running back in Travion Henderson. You know, obviously, running back. I think it was Jones got hurt. Wasn't last week, the week before he got hurt. I think it was 2 weeks ago. He got hurt. But you need another guy back there, and this guy's gonna give you some juice. And then you got TJ Tampa in terms of a corner on the outside for the Green Bay Packers.
The thing about Aaron Jones and of course Travion Henderson is I don't expect him back, and I don't expect AJ Dillon back either.
Yeah.
I think both are on their way out. I am glad that Jake approves. JT. It kind of reminds me of the Rashawn Gary situation. Now, Rashawn Gary to me was a better prospect, but Rashawn Gary, the knock on him was production and consistency. You know what I'm saying? And at times he was played out of position, and you've seen what he's developed into. I think if they can have a similar situation with JT, it could be phenomenal, right? Get him in position to make those plays and help him develop over the course of the next couple of off seasons, and you could have an excellent bookend there as an edge. You know, you go from Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith to JT and Rashawn Gary. I think that would work out well. All right. You're big on the Texans, and for good reason. Brandon Dorlus, we love him. We're huge fans of Brandon Dorlus here at CPGM. And in fact, I took my guy Taylor before Dorlus, and if I could do it over, I would have taken Dorlus ahead of him. I just forgot. It just slipped my mind. It just slipped my mind, man. It happens. Chris Braswell, Danny Stutzman. Braswell certainly has helped himself this season, and Stutzman, again, is always around the ball. They seem to have a kind of a revolving door of linebackers. Injuries have been an issue. You know what I'm saying? If you have those guys up front who can keep Stutzman clean, he will clean up the mess at the second level. So I like what you put together here for the Texans. It's not sexy, but I think it's exactly what the doctor ordered.
You think Washington beats Michigan? D-Kid asking.
I think they can absolutely beat Michigan. Yeah. I think they can absolutely beat Michigan. Michigan has to show me. They got to show me, man. They got to show me, man. It comes down to McCarthy. I'm taking Penix over McCarthy. You know, no Zach Zinter. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see. Yep. All right, you got Indianapolis here. Keon Coleman, Quinion Mitchell, Gabriel Murphy. I think if Colts fans came away with this, they would be very pleased. Very pleased. I think in most of our mock drafts, we've prioritized edge and receiver. Cornerback is a big need as well. So you get a prospect that I think more and more people are going to become aware of over the coming months. There's some upside there with Murphy in terms of the edge. Obviously, Latu is a headliner, but the Murphy brothers do their thing as well. And of course, there's a huge high for Keon Coleman. Again, I think I might be a little bit lower on Keon Coleman than most when it's all said and done. But if we're talking about replacing Michael Pittman, I think you're actually getting a bit of an upgrade here. I think you're getting a little bit of an upgrade here in Keon Coleman. So like what you did with the Colts selections. Jacksonville, what did you do with Jacksonville, Josh Newton? I've been seeing this name associated with Jacksonville a lot in our mock drafts. Jonah Ellis, you know, just the motor for Jonah Ellis, especially in that defense. They got to bring back your boy. They got to bring him back. They got to bring Josh Allen. And I'm a big fan of Cole Bishop. I think the 90th overall pick is excellent value for him. Kansas City, Emeka Egbuka. Again, I know what you were looking for, some consistency among the receivers in terms of catching the football. I just think that the skill set is a little redundant
over there, yeah.
You know, with some of the players they have, i.e. Rashee Rice. I think the skill set's a little redundant. You show Blake Fisher some love, and I think he's a better tackle prospect than a lot of us are giving him credit for. So I'm not mad at it. And then Jordan Burch is a very, very talented player. Hasn't necessarily put it all together, but I think, especially with what Spags has done with the defense this year, I think this is a perfect landing spot for him, right? There's not going to be a whole lot of pressure. He could just come in, be a part of that rotation, and just continue to get better. You understand what I'm saying? And then considering his ability, he could turn into one of their better defenders when it's all said and done. So I like that pick a lot. Take us to the Raiders, Las Vegas. No argument here with Jaden Daniels. I like the pairing of Worthy with Devontae Adams. And Kalen Carson is one of my favorite, day 2 corners in this class. So I think you nailed it with the Raiders. You go to the Chargers. You made it a point. Right, you made it a point to improve this defense, and that's exactly what has to happen in order for the Chargers to develop some level of consistency. I think they need better coaching as well. They need to blow that up. I'll be honest with you at this point. I'm serious. I'm feeling like they need to blow that up. But Latu is top prospect on the defensive side of the ball for my money. Be sure to check out that video on the channel. Kalen King, he slides a bit, but at 40th overall, great value. Same with Mason Smith, right? I think that slide presents really good value because those players could be starters for you in short order. So nice job with the Chargers, and that takes us to the Rams.
All right, man. You got Dallas Turner coming off the edge. Pair him up with Aaron Donald there. I like it. Essentially keeping Dallas Turner one-on-one with guys, and he can show them bevy of moves,
Herbert
man.
is almost him. West the face. That's actually well put. That's well put. Almost
him. That's funny. They got to get rid of the bolt, and then he will be him, right?
Change the color of the bolt, right?
You know what I'm saying? They don't hear me though. They don't hear me. Then you went and got Lassiter from Georgia, and you went Georgia. You went back to back.
Yeah, double up.
Yeah, you double up, trying to shore up.
We're SEC heavy.
You did.
We're trying to play some defense. Some defense.
Yeah, man. I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad at it. And who we got next?
We got the fence. Talise Fuaga, Michael Hall. You went to the trenches, and I think when you think about Miami, obviously you think about the perimeter, you think about the speed, but whether it be offensive line or defensive line, they need to improve in those areas. And certainly, you know how I feel about the offensive line, it being the most important position group. Talise Fuaga, it's a real broad range in terms of where people have him, right? There's some certain people who think he could be a top 15 pick, and there are others who think he's more of a top 25, maybe top 30 guy. So interesting player. He got some work to do in terms of pass pro, but the way he moves in terms of this running game, and we're talking about McDaniel coming from the Shanahan tree, he'll fit in perfectly there. And then I know you and Helly are big fans of Michael Hall. He could do damage. Let him go to work.
Yep.
All right.
Minnesota Vikings. It was too rich to leave Bo Nix here. We just watched him play against Washington here, and I thought he played well. To be honest with you, he kind of started slow, but he turned it up. And we're not really sure what's going on with Kirk Cousins, right? We're not sure what the deal is with that. So we want to make sure that we shore up and get us a quarterback that can play. And you like Bo Nix specifically in this system. And then you also like Trey Benson in this system as well. And I think was he the first running back off the board, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, he was. Okay. And I think, like I said, I'm probably not as high on these two players as most are. Right. I certainly don't have Trey Benson as running back one, but I just think they're such good fits for this particular offense.
Right.
And maybe I wasn't necessarily drafting with my heart in this case. I was drafted with my head, and I think they could have a lot of success in Kevin O'Connell's offense. All right. New England. I know you're trying to score some points here in New England, right? And of course, Drake May, A lot of people, you know, we've seen that pendulum swing, and there are more people than ever who believe Drake May is a top prospect in this class, and not just the class, but certainly at the quarterback position. Brian Thomas has had a terrific year opposite Malik Neighbors. He certainly offers an element that we just haven't seen in New England in quite some time. And then Denzel Burke, you know, there's varying opinions on him. I think he has a chance to be a better pro than you know, college corner. I think there's a chance, an outside chance, but I think certainly at the 67th overall pick, that's great value. J.C. Jackson, we don't know what's going on there. I think there's another corner that got released because of some off the field. I don't know. It's coming apart at the seams in New England. It really is.
That's funny, bro. All right. What you got? We got the New Orleans Saints. You got Jarrett first here. We know that Cameron Jordan, or is it Jordan Cameron? What's the name of that show, bro? The League. Every time I think about
I remember that episode. I remember that episode.
That pops my head every time, bro. Yeah. But yeah, he getting older in the tooth. This team is old in general, but want Jared Verse on the other side, you know, or to be the replacement for Cameron Jordan there. So or Jordan Cameron, you know, whichever one it is. The black guy, guys, the black guy. The black one. And then you went and got Jordan Morgan, because we're not sure about Trevor Penning, who he's probably going to kick inside. And that was always like the backup plan, right? If he doesn't work out at tackle, you just kick him inside. You
give him a shot at tackle, but right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. That takes us to the Jets. Latham and McMillan. I think these are very responsible selections you make here. I don't know that these two picks are going to excite anybody, but considering what the Jets have defensively, what their issues are offensively, of course, if you could get a quarterback, you know, that would be phenomenal. But you're expecting Aaron Rodgers back at least one additional year. Secure the offensive line. You get some guys back healthy. I don't know, they're banged up along the offensive line as well. And then, you know, it just hasn't worked out in terms of the secondary, tertiary pieces in the receiving room, right? And I think Jalen McMillan, he doesn't have to come in and be the guy. He could just do his thing out of the slot, like Garrett Wilson be the alpha, and I think he could be a difference maker. I think he certainly is better than anybody else on that roster outside of Garrett Wilson at this point. So I like those two selections there.
All right. Next up, we got the New York Giants.
I skipped them.
Oh.
I skipped them.
You skipped the Giants?
There we go.
Man. Hurt. All right. So with the 6th pick overall, you went and got Michael Penix.
This is funny, bro.
Wow.
Hey, man, Bo Nix has been in college for a minute, bro. He's been in there for a minute. That's for sure.
That's funny, bro.
But I mean, listen. I've said it before. I'll say it again, man. The Bo Nix, I remember when he started his career. I don't know if it was his first year. It might have been his sophomore year when they had the opener against Oregon, right? That Bo Nix, oh, my goodness. Terrible. That Auburn Bo Nix, bro, I couldn't do it, man.
That's bad, bro.
But the way he's worked on his game, worked on his craft, and developed at Oregon has been really impressive. It really has been.
All right. With the Giants, we went Michael Penix. Y'all just saw him showcase himself. D-Kid, you know what it is. That's the future for this football team.
That's the man.
And went and got them boys. Adonai Mitchell, who, I mean, y'all boys are missing a big-time receiver, an alpha in the room. This might be the guy. Can get the football down the field. And then Juice kind of went back-to-back in terms of interior, although Zach Zinter can kind of give you not going to say the best of both worlds. He probably gives you the best interior, but he's versatile. He can play the outside in terms of tackle. And Donovan Jackson, who might be one of the best movers in terms of the inside. We like that. So we got to shore that thing up so we can protect.
He said Jeff Eagles was the punter his freshman year.
Bro, come on, bro. Come on.
He didn't even say like Shane Leckler or something like that, bro. He said Jeff Eagles.
Jeff Eagles, bro.
You know, in a perfect world, the Giants slot in Donovan Jackson and Zach Zinter when he gets healthy, and they're good to go. That means Evan Neal got his head on straight, and of course, I think they have their center. So that's the way I was thinking about it, right? Now, whether or not Evan Neal actually gets his head on straight, whether or not they have to kick him inside, that remains a significant question mark. It truly does. But I think this is a good crack at addressing your offensive needs here in New York. And D-Kid approves. And that's all I was aiming for. I got D-Kid's approval, the stamp of approval. That means it's a win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is a win.
All right,
Mrs. Prasky. Yeah, I think they do. I think they do.
Oh yeah,
and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
They may have to move up. They may, if there's a run, they may have, because I think they picked 19. I think. Oh no, it might have changed. I'm thinking of last week.
No. They picked where you had them at 11 in this one. You had them taking Jaden Daniels at 11.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Yeah. They'll be in there. I'm thinking of a couple weeks ago. My bad. All right.
The question is do they go receiver or quarterback? That's the question.
No, I mean they have to go quarterback. Like, they don't have a choice.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't disagree with you.
No, they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Juice. Pretty much, these are guys he wanted for this football team, right? Cameron Kitchens, in terms of it's a need. Safety is a need for those guys. Probably the best safety in the draft, at least the best free safety in the draft. Let's put it that way, with the range and whatnot. And then Jeremiah Trotter. He's probably the second best linebacker in this draft, only to was it Peyton Wilson? Yeah, and he's only down because he's got a bunch of injuries. But I like it. They need help at the second level, and guys got to stay healthy at the second level, and that's been a big problem for the Eagles. And then Braylon Allen, you don't necessarily like the fit, but you didn't want to pass him up no more.
Man, I couldn't let Braylon Allen. I wanted to draft him from Minnesota, but I thought this Benson in that system was far more, a much better fit. I want Braylon Allen getting downhill. I want him getting downhill. You know what I mean? And
quick, fast, and in a hurry, bro. Yep.
Yeah. And I know that Philly, while they'll get under center from time to time, it's usually for the brotherly shove. you understand what I'm saying?
I like it. So, I like it.
Yeah, I think the right system, Braylon Allen could be the top running back in this class.
Oh yeah,
and he's 19, bro.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
he's gonna play his entire rookie year as a 20-year-old. So that youth at that position, I want to take advantage of that.
Yes, sir.
Pittsburgh, Cooper DeJean in the first round. I'm not mad at it. Certainly, he's coming off the injury, but the flexibility he offers, safety, corner, can play nickel. You can never have enough of those types of players. Jackson Powers Johnson to bolster that offensive line. There's going to be that kind of debate of who's the top center in this class. There's a couple of guys in the conversation, but I think for quite a few people, Jackson Powers Johnson is leading the pack. And then Jacob Cowan, I love what he does in terms of getting in and out of his breaks, what he does inside the numbers, outside the numbers, downfield. He's going to be a riser. He's going to be a riser. I think there may not necessarily be a huge high for him because he plays on the West Coast. But going to Mobile, those one-on-ones, he's going to have an opportunity to do what Tank Dell did.
I was just going to say it. I was just going to say it, man.
Yeah, man. And really put everybody on notice. You know what I mean? Like I said, you without leverage, it's hard to cover guys like Jacob Cowan. So I think he's going to be a draft riser too.
All right, man. We got the San Francisco 49ers. Juice did the right thing going out and getting Graham Barton, who's going to kick inside, good mover, aggressive. Should be a perfect fit here for the San Francisco 49ers. And then, we talked about in terms of Kalen Bullock, in terms of the tackling. That's been an issue. It's still an issue. I think he's been better this year, but in general, USC can't tackle. In general, he's a part of that. But he's outstanding.
It's a sickness. It is a sickness.
It's a sickness. But he can cover. And the 49ers need that, especially in the zone scheme that they play over there. And then Max Melton. This was a D-Kit flavor of the month.
Yeah,
right?
D-Kit special.
So
D-Kit special,
so
right?
we went ahead and got him there because they do need a corner as well. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks. We want to shore up the middle of that defense, and Juice did this in two ways. He did it at in the trenches with Leonard Taylor, who we like a lot, and then Peyton Willis at the second level, who he's probably this is probably his sweet spot. You think, just because of the injuries and the nature of that
if everything checks out, everything checks out, I think this is probably where he goes. I think he goes mid to late third round.
And then with that second pick, you got Chris Mahogany, guy who gets out.
We're gonna bully some folks.
Yeah, nasty. Yeah. Let's get it. Yeah,
let's get it.
And then we got Oh yeah, you made these picks. I can talk about them. Tampa Bay. Well, we made them together. It's my team. Outside of the last pick, but I'll take it. Got Brock Bowers. I mean, that's one of those. Every year we do this, right, where we have the players that just go to the teams that we pick them every draft. That's just, and they end up going to that team, right? We do that every year. I think we did it for Baltimore for the past 2 years. And I think it might be the Bucs here, man. This might be who they get. I would love it. Then you win. You got JJ McCarthy. You can sit behind Baker for a year or so, learn it, and get out there and play. And you can throw it to Brock Bowers, Mike Evans, and whoever else out there as receiver, including Torrey Horton from Colorado State. Smooth, silky, can create some separation, man. Is pretty good with the ball in his hands as well.
All right. So just 2 picks here in our 3-round mock draft duel here. Drew, you selected Malik Neighbors, who, you know how I feel about Malik Neighbors. I am
receiver 1, bro. I'm just
the
kidding.
bandwagon. I mean, listen, man. Listen, man. Mr. C. Prasky, I think Zinter was off the board. I think, I'm not certain, but I think he was off the board at that point. I like Mahogany, and I think he fits well into the culture and the attitude that Seattle wants to have, particularly in the run game. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he needs to clean up some things. I agree, but I'll put him next to Olu. Put him between Olu and my guy Cross, and I think he'll flourish. I think he'll flourish. All right, Malik Neighbors is the guy. Joey Nichols, you're absolutely right. He is special. And then Kingsley. You know what I mean? You want to improve that offensive line. It's an area that Tennessee, at their height, that was a strength of their team, was the offensive line. They need to get back to that. So, like these 2 selections here. And
all right. Last but not least, the Magic Johnson Washington Commanders. I say that right? You know what I mean? Had to throw it in there. You did the right thing throughout this draft in terms of getting Joe Alt for the O-line, getting Brendan Trice for the edge there, of the good value there. You got Cooper Beebe, went back to the offensive line, so we want to fix the tackle position. We want to fix the interior, and Cooper Beebe, who's also nasty and a go-getter. And then we went back to the trenches in Jack Sawyer, who, he's not the most athletic guy, although he, maybe he got a little bit more athlete in him than I'm thinking. But
listen, this is the way I feel about Jack Sawyer. If I could get Sam Hubbard out of him, I'll be happy.
That's a hit, bro. That's a hit. Yeah,
that's a hit for me. If I can get Sam Hubbard out of him.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
All right, man. Drew, man, we did a 3-round mock draft in an hour and a half, man.
Bro, we started late, so we had to hustle and bustle.
Yeah, man. We tend to be long-winded. We tend to be a little long-winded, but we want to make sure that we get the audience that analysis that they deserve. You know what I mean?
Man.
So
not gonna have
absolutely. Really enjoyed it. There will be more of these mock draft duels. Certainly, I want to get you and Headley pitted against one another, see how things play out. At the turn of the calendar year, you'll start to see the 7-round mock drafts team specific. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. I teased the Xavier Legette and Terrion Arnold videos. You will see those in the coming days as well. So again, spread the word, guys. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to take advantage of the Underdog promo code, the link in the description. All right. We'll see you guys next week.